You want options. You've been trained to want them: more streaming services, more career paths, more dating prospects, more ways to customize your coffee, your car, your life, because choice is freedom, and freedom is America. So you scroll 47 olive oils, swipe 100 faces, compare 17 health insurance plans until your eyes bleed, keep 3 tabs open for the same jeans in case there's a better price somewhere else. And here's the paradox that will make you want to scream into the abyss. The more choices you have, the less satisfied you are with whatever you pick. Not compared to no choice, but compared to fewer choices, because endless options don't liberate you, they paralyze you, and then they haunt you. The data is practically a law of human nature. When shoppers faced 24 jams, they bought almost nothing. When they faced 6, they bought 5 times as often, and even the ones who bought from the big display felt worse afterward, because they couldn't stop wondering about the 23 jams left behind, making every decision a graveyard of roads not taken. The neuroscience is vicious. Your prefrontal cortex, the seat of complex decision-making, runs on a tiny battery, and too many options drain it so completely that I can't decide isn't indecision, it's cognitive collapse. And once you finally pick, your brain's regret network lights up, replaying the rejected alternatives until you aren't tasting the jam you bought, you're mourning the jam you left behind. The American twist is that we've turned this cognitive torture into a moral virtue. To limit your options is to limit your freedom. To choose from a curated set is to let someone else control you. So we've convinced ourselves that more is always better, that infinite choice is a natural right, and anyone who suggests otherwise is coming for your pumpkin spice latte variations. So we drown in the cereal aisle, in the career path, in the dating pool, drowning in a sea of possibility that feels exactly like a prison. But here's the reversal that only fully lands the second time you let it settle. The happiest, most decisive Americans aren't the ones with the most options. They're the ones who artificially constrain themselves, who understand that freedom isn't the number of doors in front of you, but the ability to walk through one and stop glancing back. So they set rules. I only date people who read. I only buy from 3 brands. I only apply to jobs in 1 city, knowing that every no to a good option makes the remaining options better. Because the enemy of the best isn't the worst, it's the good. And the good will kill you with distraction. Let me tell you about Stephanie, a freelance designer in Portland who prided herself on open-mindedness, never said no to a project, never committed to a style, her portfolio a mess, her schedule chaos, her bank account a prayer. And she told her therapist, I don't want to close any doors. What if the perfect thing comes through a door I locked? And the therapist said, what if the perfect thing is already behind a door you're too distracted to see? Stephanie didn't understand, so the therapist gave her a 1-month assignment. Say no to every project outside her top 3, delete 2 of her 5 platforms, stop checking job boards entirely. She thought it was career suicide and did it anyway. The first week panic, the second week breath, the third week she actually improved her portfolio because she wasn't spread across 17 styles, and by the end of the month she'd raised her rates, landed a long contract, and slept through the bedreets night for the first time in years, realizing her endless options hadn't been freedom, they'd been a permission slip to avoid commitment. And commitment, scary, specific, door-closing commitment, was the only thing that had ever made her happy. The American cognitive paradox sits right here. We worship choice like a god, but choice is a terrible master, and the only ones who escape the choice trap are those who learn to embrace constraint, who understand that a life with unlimited options isn't a life, it's a waiting room, and real living happens when you close some doors, burn some bridges, and walk forward without looking back. Not because you're sure, but because you've decided being decisive is more important than being right. Right now, your brain will argue that your situation is different. You need to keep options open. You're being thorough, but ask yourself how many hours this week went to decisions that didn't matter. How many tabs are open? How many half-finished projects and half-hearted profiles are draining your attention? Because the cost of keeping doors open is that you never walk through any of them. The question from the beginning, why do Americans demand endless choices yet feel worse after every decision, has an answer that a second viewing fully reveals. The number of options doesn't measure your freedom, it measures your anxiety. And the most freeing word in the English language isn't more, it's enough. So if something just exhaled, if the impulse sparked to send this to the person who can never decide where to eat or what to do with their life, that's not about me. It's the recognition that indecision isn't wisdom, it's fear dressed as freedom, and sharing it is the first closed door that might actually feel like relief. Now go close the door you've been keeping open. That's an order.